Good day, brothers and sisters, One Nation Tribal Alliance. Today I am here to talk to you about, you know, I guess not really talk to you, but share the knowledge about why we need to raise our vibration. Uh, what I was taught, you know, in the very beginning of my training period when I was young, is that raising your vibration is very important. Not only is it important back then, but or during the ceremonies or whatever you're doing, raising your vibration should be continuously throughout the day, from the time you wake up to the time your eyes going to la la land. I guess when you go to sleep, and because keeping your vibration up, you know, is very very important. And one of the reasons why they were telling my elders were teaching me to keep your vibration up is because one, it keeps you away from the 3D world. And I guess back then they knew what the 3D world was all about. Back in 1969, they knew what was coming up. They knew, and they were anticipating that if I'm going to go through it at a very young age, and to do what I was taught to do, to be a service to the people with the gifts that was blessed to me, I had to keep my vibration up because I could not see myself go into the 3D realm of the world. Now, I could probably kind of did that when I was in the military, but now that I'm out, I got out of it, because being in a higher vibration, first of all, I talk about hidden emotions. Hidden emotion and comes a long way because, keeping your vibration up in a high over 432 hertz, put it this way, being on the fourth level of your, you know, energy center, or the fourth chakra, or the vibration on the medicine wheel, which is the east yellow. um, you have to really be transformed to understand and to see what is in front of you, not only physically, but spiritually. And when you keep your, that's, I guess that's kind of what they were telling me, is that when you are out here in the everyday world, that's what you see, the everyday world, the good old United States, the good old state of Texas, New Mexico, Arkansas, wherever you at, the good old state, even some of these people that on the reservation, the good old reservation, you see that on a daily basis. But if you get your energy on a higher realm, there is a hidden world out there. And what do I say? A hidden world? A hidden world is basically the spiritual realm of this earth, you know, earth realm, because we, tend to live with our everyday life with our avatar. We tend to live an everyday life in a 3D world with the avatar. But if you go into the spiritual world and allow your spirit to control this body, you start to see different things. And what I mean by starting to see different things is that you will start to see other people's energy. When you have your vibration up, you will start to see other people's energy. I mean, do they really mean what they're saying? Do you really trust them? But the trust doesn't have to be answered by you. Your spirit will answer that for you. So, when you get out there in a spiritual realm of this 3D world, you start to see a lot of things happening. You will see the things that might happen in front of you. You will be deterred from the dangers that might be in front of you. As they said to me, yes, this world has two paths that you can go. One is a straight path that, you know, when you go on it, yes, you can say, I have a spiritual life. I pray. I meditate and I do this and all that. And they said, but do not pray an earthly prayer. Do not meditate an earthly realm. And I kept asking them, why? What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, there are two sides of the prayer. There's an earthly prayer, and then there's a spiritual prayer, which is the higher realm, where you are connected and pray. And I said, okay, give me an example of earthly prayer. Earthly prayer is, oh, you start asking for things. I said, what do you mean asking? Well, a lot of people pray and ask for money. A lot of people, um, there's two things that, a lot of people will seek for prayer. And those two things are health and wealth. I said, okay. When they pray, they're praying for health for the avatar body. When they pray, they're asking for earthly money. But when you get into the spiritual realm, you pray for those two things, but in a different way. You pray for your spirit to be blessed with knowledge, guidance, and protection. You allow, your spirit be healed, healthy spirit, to stay healthy. Keep the spirit healthy where you go into a everyday spiritual life. But again, that path, you got to watch it because it has ruts in them. Don't get in that rut. And I said, what do you mean that rut? That rut is basically how they teach you how to pray. Pray like this, pray that, pray that. You don't want to pray like that. And I said, what do you mean I don't want to pray like that? Isn't that the way we are, you all are teaching me how to pray? No, we are teaching you when you pray your own prayer, whatever comes to your heart, you make sure, first of all, you acknowledge that the Creator is your Creator. The Heavenly Father, Mother Earth, is your mother here while you are here. And you pray for the blessings that you want to receive to enhance your spiritual life. And those are the blessings. When you start, if you are a service or if you're a healer, pray to the Father that you can connect easily with Mother and Father to where whoever you are working on will not only get physically healed, but spiritually. Because when that magic happens, when you see magic, doubt comes from everywhere. But when the doubt comes, how do you convince yourself that it's there? Father and mother are there. How do you tell them? And all I do is I tell them, I'm not the healer. Oh, excuse me. I'm just a vessel. So when I, you know, be of service, I don't want the credit. I give it to the father and mother because that's who I'm connected to, you know, and a lot of people will say, wow, you know, even even when you go and seek blessings, seek spiritual blessings, you know, and whatever you are blessed with, take it, accept it, run with it, you know, get out of that rut of doing the same thing, you know, because when it gets monotonous, you tend to get away from the spiritual life. But if you keep it exciting, you know, going home this past week, Kazuni really, really excited me because one, I miss my family. And two, it was springtime, but not over there. It snowed every day we were there, but it didn't stop us. We wake up, there'll be snow all over the ground. By 10 o'clock, it's all gone. So, you know, I say, I'm still going to make the best of it. We did because we finally realized why we had to go out there. We finally realized why. And it's nothing that maybe we'll share one day with you, but not right now because every day is a constant challenge. And we love it because we know when we get challenged, we're doing something right. And challenges don't stop. It keeps us more stronger, keeps us more together, it keeps us more healthier and everything because we let it go. The challenges I had with my cataracts, I didn't, it was frustrating because I couldn't even type the keyboard. I couldn't even see the keyboard on my computer. But now I can. And I'm getting excited because there's a lot of work I am behind on. And so the hidden, why do I always talk about the hidden? Because if you are a server, if you are of service to people, your hidden emotions, you can't have that. You can't have, because being from a reservation of 10,000 people, we know of who we are, who everybody is. We know, like, if somebody does something, it's like a wildfire. The whole tribe knows about it. And as the Zuni radio station says, at one point, as the dough rises, meaning as the dough rises, they have time to talk about what happened last night or a week ago and who did what, who did. That's, that's that's crazy, but that's what they called it. As the dough rises, they gonna talk about you, but it doesn't matter. If you live a healthy spiritual life, you got nothing to worry about. I don't. I was asked, do you have a religious life? I said, no. You're an atheist? I said, no. I don't have a religious life because I have a spiritual life. When the elders tell me, when they were teaching me, they said, don't go in the spiritual part of, or don't go to the religion part of the tribe. And I kept asking, what do you mean the religion? Don't go into the kivas. And I said, okay. He said, because two things, what they're going through right now is structure for them. What you are going through right now as a spiritual person, it's not structured. Nothing is structured in your life because every day is going to be different, challenging, and you just have to go with the flow. And if you have a high spiritual life, you don't have to worry about anything because, when you wake up, walk outside, greet the sun, greet mother, do your thing, everything. It doesn't have to be right before sunrise. It doesn't have to be right at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever. It's just when you first go out. It may be 10 o'clock when you first step out, maybe 12 o'clock when you step out, or maybe 5 in the morning. But you have to understand, it's not the time because there is no time in the universe. You know, everybody says high noon is 12 o'clock. Midnight is high nighttime. No, it's 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. Because if you look at the, weather, the hottest time of the day is at 3 p.m. Then it starts cooling off. Same with the night. The coldest time is 3 a.m. Raising your vibration will get you in a high level of communication. And by saying the high level of communication, you're communicating with the creator, with the mother continuously. You're accepting their protection, whether it's from the archangels, whether it's from the space people, or whomever. They're here to protect you, you know? And, you know, I I do follow a lot of ways about what I was taught. And I don't have a certain schedule of what to do, when, and where. Because we have our stargazer in Zuni that will basically, you know, look at the celestial and come back and tell us it's time for this, it's time for that. Like, when I got there in Zuni, one of the first things I was told that they released the snakes March 1st. And I thought, it's not even springtime yet. Yeah, but they said it was time. Everything's early this year. We're going to have a lunar eclipse. A couple weeks later, we're going to have the solar eclipse. What's the significance behind that? I don't know. But it's a phenomenon that I'd like to see. I'm not going to be fear monger saying, "Oh, it's going to do this, it's going to do that." No, 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 no. It's all going to be an event of a lifetime to me. Excuse me, let me get more water. Being out there in the dry desert kind of dried me out. You know, even though it's snowing, it was still kind of dry. And in a high humidity. I mean, low humidity and high altitude. It just kind of dried me out. But again, back to the lunar eclipse and solar. I mean, lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. I, I'm not going to say it's good or bad. Just take it what it is. Other than to me, it's just Father showing us that, hey, this is a unique site. You need to check it out because living in the higher realm is, to me, it's exciting. I got to see my spaceships in action. Everybody says, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" You say, "Oh, so yeah, I'm convinced that they're out there." And the more I thought about it, there's a lot of things that when I went back home and I started, you know, communicating in a higher realm, that they have told me that I don't know how to share it or how to, relay that information. But living in a high, energetic, positive life, you know, get away from all the negativity. And when you do that, you will see that there's nothing to worry about, nothing to fear about. If it happens, we have no control. Father's in control. So if it happens, oh well, Father's in control. Father's going to take care of us. So Mother Earth's going to be taken care of. So, and I keep telling people, if you look at the Hopi prophecies and all the native prophecies, it says nothing about the world ending. And all it says is the earth, people will change. And all it says is that be prepared, learn to survive because, you know, we've experienced a lot of things. I mean, one of the things that we experienced now, which is, I knew it was going to happen one day sooner or later, if we got so comfortable with our cell phones that I read a statistic saying less than 20% of households have landlines, you know, and one day last month, for a whole morning, our cell phone service went out, not only in Arkansas, but throughout most of central United States. It went out, and yeah, they're saying it was computer glitch, and everything. Well, if that one little glitch could shut it all off, and nobody can't do anything, no Facebook, no phone service, nothing. How you gonna how you gonna work on it? Be prepared. You know, it's like we've seen some, other people saying it's time to plant, time to plant, time to plant. Plant organic, plant the food out there. You know, it's great. You know, I love this world, and I love my spiritual life, and I love y'all. So I just want to share this with y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I love you, and I will try to keep posting as much as I can. I love you.